What's going on?
You already know
I'm
what it
s-
is,
I'm
bro.
I'm actually sitting in my backyard looking at this beautiful super full moon. This is, if I'm not mistaken, this is the last super moon in of the year.
Supermoons, for those who don't know, is when the moon is at its fullest and it's closer to the earth than just your average full moon. So this is called the full harvest moon, and it also is marking the fourth and final supermoon of 2023. So yes, you are right. This is the last one. So with full moons in general, for all my people who aren't into like spirituality or occultism, basically full new moons are when you invite energy or you start a new cycle, and full moons are when you are ending a cycle and you're getting rid of energy. So the themes in our lives is after Father podcast. We've been going through a lot of releasing of energies in our personal lives, in our business lives. So uh, we wanted to talk a little bit about manifestation today in the podcast, and also introduce our first episode officially of our series. There's not a name for it. I mean, it's just under After Five, but as you all know who watch the show, we are coaches, and we've been coaching people across many different fields for years. I could say I've been coaching since I was a kid for the most part, but I've been doing it as a career the past 2 years. So, Ali, give them a little background on how you've been helping people too.
Well, you know me, I was one of those people that didn't have any type of direction when I graduated. I had no damn idea what I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to do something, so I fiddled around and I joined the Air Force. It was funny because, and it's funny you should mention it. On this exact day, 1994, I began my career in the United States Air Force. I left for basic training, and this was the start of my adult life today on this full harvest moon.
Yo, that's
Uh,
trippy.
this
That's
was, you
trippy
know,
as fuck.
this day is very significant. It's like a new beginnings, and I'm gonna back up and come back to your question, but I wanted to get that out there before I get to why I'm sitting out here looking at this full harvest moon. Because, like I said, 1994 on this day, I began my career in the Air Force, and I remember sitting on that bus, and I didn't know what my life was gonna be like. I remember my granddad looking at me and saying, "You gonna leave a boy and come back a man,"
Right.
and I had no idea what life would be like for me. I just knew like, okay, this is a journey of my life. I wish to have, and all the things that I wish to become and wish to have, but had no idea how life would go for me. And so far, I'm happy with the results. I had no idea on that day that, things that has transpired would transpire today. Another thing was in 4 years ago in 2018 on this very exact day. Well, let's back up a little bit. In 2018,
Mhm.
I had took a position with in Jupiter, Florida. I was living in outside of West Palm Beach. For those that don't know what West Palm Beach was, and a company had took over, and it was a merger, and they decided that they were going to close down a division of that company, and they came in on July, just came off of a cruise and said that, hey, we're laying off and everybody in this building. This building will no longer exist. We're only keeping one in. Some of y'all gonna get packages and some of y'all gotta go. Basically, you're gonna get laid. Basically, y'all, everybody gonna be laid off if you don't find
Mhm.
another job on the other side on this time. And it was this day that I found another position. Actually, it came up in Facebook where they were going a going away party on this day, celebrating me taking a position to move up to Tampa, Florida.
Damn.
Yeah, and as you know, I always say this is really relevant because I got laid off during this time. Like what, a couple of weeks ago, I got laid off, so I'm looking and I've been interviewing and everything, which we'll get into later.
Mhm.
So I'm expected in this next week with this full harvest moon some different stuff because
Hmm.
significant things always happen during this time
During this
period.
time period. Yeah. You right though.
But yeah,
Like this a cold ass time period. It's a harvest, man. We harvesting the fruits of our labor through the whole year.
it's like I get laid off, and it's like I get laid off. It's either happen during this time or it happens
Mhm.
around the spring, March, April, February, March, April. It's usually these are the two time periods that I notice is like a pattern in my life that things happen
Yeah.